From the beginning, I was always aware that by owning a YouTube channel, you sometimes have to do stupid things. Now this is me. I'm about to do something sacrilegious. How did I get into this mess? Don't even ask.
Finally back in the good old studio.
And today we're doing Martin Scorsese's Silence. I've been waiting to see this film forever because I knew that it was Martin Scorsese's passion project since the 90s and he could never do it before.
And now that he did it, it became one of the most unique films he's ever done.
So this film takes place in the 17th century in Japan. And you know, this was a time when Christians were being prosecuted and tortured in Japan for spreading Christianity. And it is about two priests who want to find their mentor, Father Ferreira. He's played by Liam Neeson, because this guy was lost in Japan when spreading Christianity. And word has it that he has renounced the Christian faith and became a Buddhist himself.
Whatever happened to him is still unknown.
And the two can't believe that he actually did that, so they want to travel to Japan to find him and see it with their own eyes.
You will be the last two priests to go.
And actually going to Japan, to the mainland of Japan, is a really, really challenging task. So they need this Japanese guy who is actually Christian, or was Christian, and his name is Kichiro.
Japan is the country of my family!
And you know what I really like about the movie is that the presence of Father Ferreira looms over the whole film, and you really are keen to know what happened to him and what really is the truth. And once you find out, you won't be disappointed.
In the meantime, you get to see Father Rodriguez struggling with faith and later even developing a messiah complex. And this is mainly because Kichiro is a real scumbag.
Because you denied God?
But only to live. I pray for God's forgiveness! Forgive me.
And this takes me to the next point. You have to compliment Andrew Garfield for his performance as Father Rodriguez.
He's awesome and great, and at the end of the movie he looks like shit. But still, you can understand and feel like how he feels, like through all the suffering he goes, and he still tries to understand why this is all happening to him, and he hopes that God will take all this burden from his shoulders, but at the end, nothing happens, and no one is there to help him actually.
Scorsese is also using very interesting technique in this film. It is mainly shown through the main character's eyes, and this means that if there is a torture scene, it is mostly observed from afar. And this creates even more conflict inside the characters, because they can either renounce God and see the suffering end, or they can keep their faith and see other people suffering because of it.
And you know what I also like is like how it's all photographed. Like the scenery of Japan is beautiful and it's so nice, and in the contrast you have all the dark things that are happening. It's like greatly balanced and I love it.
This is a very subtle film. It doesn't spell out anything for you, but it is very intelligent, thought-provoking and even challenging. But it's not very easy to digest. You have to be in the mood for it. So if you go in with expecting another Goodfellas or Wolf of Wall Street, you won't like this film. But if you're in the mood for something slow and thought-provoking, this film is it. It's not only a film about faith, it's also a film about the human condition.
I think this is one of those films that will get recognition throughout time. So the more time will pass, the more famous the film gets. And so far, not many people have watched it, but in the future, I'm pretty sure that it will be seen as one of the best works Scorsese has delivered.
I absolutely agree, but on a lighter note, when we watched it, I had one gripe with it. I mean, Christianity says that if you're sorry, God will forgive you, so why not do it like Kichiro and rather save your ass instead of die for God? I mean, I wouldn't have a problem to step on Jesus' face because I know that if I'm sorry and I confess my sins, that I will get into heaven anyway.
Okay. But let me ask you one question first. Are you Christian?
Yes?
Then let's find out if it's actually as easy as you say it is.
Well, that was anticlimactic. In the end, it was my big mouth that got me into all of this trouble. But now it's time to either put up or shut up.
Do it. Fucking stop. Okay.